Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You already know what it is, man. Artist Shine series. Back in one more time, man. We got my homeboy, Arizona Reputable. BC been cold up in this motherfucker, bro.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up with you, man?
Chilling.
All right.
Thank you for coming through.
Yes, sir.
Man. You are a legend out here. As far as my concern, I grew up touching base with a lot of rappers, and usually I would find them like maybe in the record store, or you know what I mean. I would get word of mouth from other fans. I heard your name a lot throughout my circle, so I'm very familiar with, as far as your history. I want to get into, I kind of want to tap into your history as well. This is Artist Shine. This is where we shine the light on some of the artists that maybe didn't get as much, or that should get their flowers or should get their respect, because they have been putting in work for a very long time. And you're still around.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing. I'm appreciative for you taking the time out to.
Yeah, off top.
So talk about a little bit of your history, how you came up, how you got influenced to start rapping, and what shifted your mentality to being an artist.
So, music has always been a part of my life. You know what I'm saying? I used to do a lot of talent shows when I was a kid. I grew up in the projects, 19th Avenue and Buckeye. They used to have a lot of talent shows. I was into step. I was into, anything they had going on at the youth center, I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? Nigga don't like to dance and shit, but I had rhythm. I was doing all that shit. Anything that had to do with music, I was involved. I remember they used to pull up with the big Power 98 truck or Power 92 truck. They had the big speakers on the sides of the truck. You know what I'm saying? They used to have, the city of Phoenix used to actually have stages where, you know what I'm saying, we used to go on the stages and perform on the stages. I think they still do them for the Martin Luther King March. They still have those stages, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up on those, you know what I'm saying? Sherlyn, she used to work at the South Phoenix Youth Center, She had me into a lot of the hip hop stuff, the dancing. I used to do double dutch when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? I used to do a lot of different things.
What kind of dancing?
I was more like it was all hip hop, you know what I'm saying?
Like, were you a b-boy, or you just like freestyling?
Nah, man, I was the background guy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you back then you have this group of girls, and then everybody come with that group of dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of those dudes. You know what I mean? So it was actually fun. You know what I'm saying? I never saw myself doing something like that, but being involved in the community, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of different things, including sports. You know what I'm saying? So I grasped onto that, and then I had my older cousin Jerome Hammonds, rest in peace. He was actually doing music at the time. He was actually doing music really big, and I remember he gave me his book of lyrics. They was all typed up, and I used to read through his lyrics, and he put me on a talent show, and then from there, that's when I really started digging into trying to be a rapper. Listening to different rappers. That's when I caught on to a bunch of different music. You know what I'm saying? Grew up on a lot of West Coast music, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then once I hit, I think it was my sophomore year, I was living with my mom's. My stepdad, he was rapping. He was rapping on tapes. You feel me? He was like, man, get on this track, I'll write it for you. You know what I mean? He wrote the rap. I rapped it. I was like, man, I'm gonna write my own raps. You feel me? And it was history from there. You know what I'm saying? It just evolved from there. But I always felt like I wasn't the rapper. You know what I'm saying? It was always younger guys like my little brother, Rum Nitty, Young Bang. It was a bunch of young cats around me that was rapping. So I just started throwing shows. Like, we finna shit. Y'all little niggas rapping. I was losing money, winning money. You know what I'm saying? Then I became the artist. You know what I'm saying?
You always have the name Ben Cole?
Yeah. I always had the name Ben Cole. One of my friends gave me that name. We really don't want to talk about that. That might get me in a little bit of trouble. You know what I'm saying? My best friend actually gave me that name. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself like a veteran out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cause I remember linking up back with you probably like 10, 12 years ago, back in the famous Sam days, and you know what I'm saying? And wild fun times, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so how I see it is like, that's like a yes and no answer, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, he, you know, from what he said at the beginning, I'm a legend, that makes me feel like better, and that makes me feel old, you feel me? But at the same time, you know, there is a certain group of people that we know that has not really been put on in the forefront for Arizona, and I'm one of those, you feel me? So, and at the same time, I can still do it. The content is there. It's not like it's not like it was never there, you know what I'm saying? And I never, like I said, I wasn't the artist, so I never gave myself the approval. It's always the people giving me the approval, you know what I'm saying? I don't look for those things. Is it good or is it not? Is it consistent or is it not? You know what I'm saying? But that did raise my confidence up, so you know what I'm saying, I know that I'm consistent. I know that I can make music, and I know that I'm one of those cats that hasn't really had that big opportunity to make something happen with Arizona. You know what I'm saying?
What's the biggest show you ever did?
Celebrity Theater. I did Tucson Amphitheater with Lil Wayne. I did that. I was on the Nipsey tour that got shot up at every spot that I went to.
Yeah, I remember that.
I did a show with David Banner. It was actually 4 artists. It was David Banner, Kobe O'Donis, Willie Norpo. When he first got signed, he was on there. It was somebody else, I can't remember, but David Banner, he was on there. And to me, that was a big show for me because David Banner was on the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a legend in hip hop period. You know what I'm saying? Pioneer, all that, whatever you want to call it. So, a lot of big shows, bro.
That's what's up, man. Well, a quick question, like, who would be top 3 producers you would want to work with locally, and then what would be top 3 producers you would want to work with that's like popping?
I mean, I think the top 3 I already work with them, as I could say. You know what I'm saying? Maine is one of them. Dirty Dan is one of them. Bleak is one of them. You know what I'm saying? I just think when it comes to Dirty, you know, even though we don't do the music in the same spot, we could drop a hook in the beat. It's gonna bleed on that motherfucker. Like, it's gonna come together how it should come together. You know what I'm saying? Dirty, he's talented as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Also rearranging beats. You know what I'm saying? He remade a beat for me around some vocals and Cole. Bleak, same thing. You know what I'm saying? Maine, he in his own lane. You want that West Coast slapper? You gonna go to Maine. But, you know what I'm saying, of course there is a lot of underrated producers because it's like, I see it like this with the artists too. If you don't go to the homie's nest and see what he got, you ain't gonna know what he got. You know what I'm saying? Because us as artists and us as producers, we gonna put out what we think that's hot. Right. So, I mean, if you ain't sitting at that computer with that cat, you're not getting his best. You know what I'm saying? He could think his best is his worst. You go in there, you know what I'm saying, find some shit.
Right.
So it's a lot of underrated producers. It's just a matter of getting in there with them. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get in there with producers when they just focus on bread. Like, we want to get in there and hear your catalog. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't go buy a beat from you, take it home, and expect to make a hit on it. You feel me? So I'd rather sit there and we gonna go through the motherfuckers. Even if I take the beat home and I drop something to it, it ain't right, we don't agree on it, let's do something else. You feel me? Right. I think that's what we missing, you feel me, in the game right now when it comes to producers.
So what would be top 3 producers you would want to work with that's like already in the game?
Shit. I fuck with Hitmaker. L Fingers is dope as fuck. I give him his flowers. He's dope as fuck. Whatever.
L Fingers?
Yeah, Fingers is dope. Okay, you know, what's his name? Mustard is dope. You know what I'm saying? I wanna fuck with some of the old school cats though, like Fred Red, Battle Cat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cats like that, Daz. You know what I'm saying? Cats like that. I wanna fuck with some of them cats. A lot of people don't even know who Fred Red is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Familiar.
Yeah, Fred Red is big. He made all that shit that everybody know from the West Coast. You feel me?
Well, actually, I have another question. Do you have anything that you love and anything that you hate about music?
You know, when it comes to the music industry, probably the biggest thing I hate about it is the broken promises. You know what I'm saying? Everything seems big, but you really ain't eating off of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta create a lane and eat off shit nowadays. You know what I'm saying? People will tell you something, and it's just not there. Okay, that's pretty much really that, and you know the culture. When it comes to the culture and how music is made and what type of music is out, you really can't say shit. You know, we have Tootsie Roll and all the 69 boys, all that shit. You feel me? That was hip hop. You feel me? So, like, you know, you gotta embrace the new shit, regardless of what you think about it. That's culture. It's being trendy, being catchy. It's just, I hate when the trends stay too long. Everybody start doing them. All the local cats start doing the fucking trends. It's like you gotta think about being original to be a fucking trend.
Authentic.
Yeah, authentic. But everybody wanna rap like this. Like, everybody wanna rap like the hottest shit that came out. We can't get a sound in Arizona if everybody's rapping like the next nigga who came out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
What's one thing you love about it?
It ain't never left me, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
anytime I need to clear my mind, any of that, music does everything that I need. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I can listen to that shit and I'm good. There's been periods where I just listen to my shit a lot. I don't really dabble out like that because I don't want to catch on the trends. I'd rather be trendy myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have your own sound. I will say that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's to me, it's a West Coast sound. It's like if I would say Phoenix got a sound, like I would think it would be more kind of like you, like it's West Coast, but it's kind of like other influences of lyricism and the production. You know what I'm saying? It's different.
Yeah, because I sound hella good on East Coast shit. I rap better on East Coast beats.
That's all we did was a Rich Grant East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast beats.
Yeah. I rap better on East Coast beats.
Yeah. So I know you got your project dropped. It just dropped, right?
Yeah, it just dropped. Long story short, you know what I'm saying? I have a marketing plan behind it. I dropped it on SoundCloud for free. You know, just so people can listen. You know, I haven't been out for a while. You know what I'm saying? Just like you know, it's a lot of people that know me, but it's a lot of people that don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And you start to get that feeling when you start to try to get back out there and get on shows and shit like that.
Yeah.
People don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much starting over. You feel me? I came from I print up 10,000 mixtapes and you know what I'm saying? I'm getting them out there. So now it's like, okay, I'm gonna drop this way so everybody can get to it. It's other shit too, like, you know, I buy all my shit, my beats, and some of the beats I couldn't get when it came down to it. Like, niggas need them stems. That's another issue we having with these producers, bro. These niggas is selling these beats. They reselling them to other niggas. Niggas is coming out with shit on your shit. You feel me? My main advice to artists right now when it comes to the producers and to the producers, start giving niggas they stems. If a nigga come in here and buy that shit cash, that's his money. Stop asking for your rights. Oh, I want my half. If a nigga cashing you out, whatever you asking for, that's his shit. You feel me? Same thing. If a nigga asks you for a feature, if you gotta, you know, I want you to pay me for this feature. Okay, if I cash you out, I own those vocals, my nigga. You feel me? That's the game, and I think a lot of niggas is not paying attention to that. And then we run into the part where these niggas is, oh, I lost my hard drive, or I don't know where this stem went.
Right.
What nigga do? You know where that 400 I spent on that beat at? You feel me? So we gotta get away from that shit because that's a little sloppy. You feel me? We gotta start. Producers gotta start giving us our shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gotta start understanding that this is the business. If I pay for something, it's mine. You feel me?
Or you got on your album? Or is it mostly you?
It's mostly me. J Mello on there, Young Bang on there, Nitty on there, Steven Rowan from the Nasty Boy Clique from Indie Writers. He on there on the talk box.
Is that video, the song to that video you put out a few months ago, or was that last year, or?
That was last year. I put it out last year.
That's on the album?
That's on the album.
I like that one.
Yeah, that's on the album.
That's in my like videos.
That Humiliate.
Yeah. What's up, man? Well, we're glad to have you here. I know you came with some motherfucking bars, bro.
I'm gonna let my little nigga spit bars. You wanna spit some bars? Yeah. I did his big brother like this when I did a video with Who was that? John Blaze.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let the little niggas get the bars.
Yeah, for
You
sure,
feel
for
me?
sure. We gonna hop in this booth. You know what I'm saying? We'll be right back.
Let's get some bars.
PC.
The flow clean like it's quarantine. When that cake kick, the shells roll like a serpentine. Needle with no dopamine, bitches with no ovaries. The hate turned to death and the evil overdose the scene. I said the spirit of a Akhenaten. Pure breed when I spaz, know I'm out the body. Back with niggas running lip. Jabber jaw, you niggas sloppy. If I aim, I won't miss. Leave you pussy niggas sloppy. Take 10, real street shit. Honey niggas deep shit. Gay stripping down, now this pussy need a seamstress. Sweaty niggas clown, got no time for the sweet shit. Lame niggas move around that square niggas see.
They try to play me, you fucking with a gangster low. They can't save me. 2 Glocks if they want that smoke. We see walking, set strong, reppin' the turf. We spelled out the hood, you know which letter came first.
Bet I keep the heater tough, make a nigga give it up. Man, you can't avoid these bars, it's time to listen up. Man, I'm about to rip it up. Poach it to the vultures, I'ma hang them up. How you let these niggas get the culture and just fuck it up? I'ma bring it back just like I'm supposed to, nigga, lift it up. Jet to the jag, charter flights is how I'm tripping, cuz. Lopes in the background yelling, that's another one. Pussy nigga speaking out of line till I'm in front of him. I can play the background cool, this shit is comfortable. Better keep the tone down, bro, them niggas troublesome. Hanging out the whip with the stick, it got a double drum. You can get this shit now, nigga, I think it's over.
They try to play me, you fucking with a gangster low. They can't save me. 2 Glocks if they want that smoke. We see walking, set strong, reppin' the turf. We spelled out the hood, you know which letter came first. They try to play me.